that looks fancy. Probably not as fancy as the intro shot of this video of my face. So you all want to know what has happened. I wish I could say like some fancy story that I was protecting some girl in a bar fight and then got all cut up and everything, and also they took my face. No, actually this is from a FIA fans when we're filming VLN or NLS race, so it's not as exciting. No, okay, all the silliness aside, you might ask, Misha, why the hell are you making this video not showing us some cars? Well, I'm gonna say to you, why did you click on this video? Because you know what you're going to watch about. So, and then you might say like, Misha, why are you focusing on all the negatives and all the people who complain about things? No, the reason is why I'm making this video is not because I'm focusing on negatives, but on positives. Because 11 months ago, I had a double jaw surgery, where my jaws were like the bottom one was too much to the front and to the right, and the top one to the back, and basically they corrected them, and therefore I actually can smile. And most importantly, I did that because I could not bite or chew properly. It was a very life-changing surgery that changed my life completely. And many people, hundreds of people, have messaged me and said like, hey, I had the same medical condition and I was scared, etc, etc, but because of you I decided to go with it and do it. And still, every couple of weeks someone messaged me because they find that video on the internet saying like, hey, I either going to do it because of you, or could you please give me some tips how to go through the recovery, etc. And therefore things like that, the medical complications that we're going to talk about in a bit, when I make these kinds of videos that are going to encourage, inspire people to change their life for a better, instead of just content like about cars that are going to, of course, entertain, and some people say like gonna help me through the darker times, through a darker winter. Also, nothing wrong with that. But things like that can actually help and change people's lives. I think that's significantly more important and more rewarding. Sorry. So, what has actually happened? Now, the funny thing is about my double jaw surgery, someone actually later, I think 3 months, walked into Apex and said like to his friends that were with him, like, oh, they had this taxi GT2 RSMR, but some YouTuber crashed it and he needed a double jaw surgery. People have really such boring lives, or they like to come up with this and that. So another partial reason why I'm making this video is to explain to you what has actually happened, so people do not come up with stupid assumptions, conclusions, because in the following videos you will be seeing me probably with swollen face, with broken nose, close to it. GT4 RS MR, going to the industry pool. We'll see it probably here in a bit. So, a lot of people will be asking the question, what has happened? And by now we already have so much side topics. Let's get to the actual point. I cannot breathe like over the last couple of years already. So going back to already, I would say 2016, I realized that I really have difficulties with breathing, and that has to do with the deviated septum. So like this septum, it's too much to the left of my side and it's blocking one nostril, and even the other nostril is almost impossible to breathe with. So you can actually see now. And just for the sake of scientific, look, there is actually nothing in my nose. Still, same problem. And it's something that you don't notice when you are actually just walking, talking, running. There is stuff, when you're running, it starts becoming differently. But it was already kind of a small issue many years ago, and back in 2016 I went to the doctor, and back then I was still living in Netherlands, and they did a checkup. And first, this is like how the general medical checkup story starts when you have problem with the nose. They go do a checkup and they say like, oh, would you like to try a nose spray first? Like, I know that it's not, has nothing to do with nose spray, but sure, go ahead. They give you a nose spray, you go for 2 weeks, try it, and then they check it again and they see like, oh, hasn't helped. Duh. The next step would be the removal of nasal mucosa, slijmvlies in Dutch. I don't know the exact correct term in English, like the thing that produces all your snot, sorry for the details. They remove it to see if it is going to help. And this small surgery I had back in 2016 already, and for people who have watched me back then, It was the time when I went to Slovakia with Woohoo Girls, and we filmed the amazing YouTube classic Boosted Boris and the Potato Crusade. What? Yeah, you can look it up on YouTube. And back then I'm gonna try to find fragments, because we actually, the vlog that I haven't published, we went, like, there was a whole search to a pharmacy to find like a salt solution, because I was really suffering from it back then, or like a post complications of the surgery. Okay, so where are we going?
We are going to Austria for a road trip to the mountains, so it's gonna be pretty amazing, I guess.
But first we're going to Břeclav in Czech Republic to meet our friends.
And we're going to, don't forget the pharmacy, because I need some stuff for my nose.
Yes,
Alright.
of course. And mainly don't forget the potato mission.
First part done. Again, lots of details, but very important. Fast forward after the recovery, which took about a week, and it was significantly better. I was already like doing well, I could be breathing, it was all fine. But then later on, fast forward to now, it has gotten worse. A lot more worse. How much worse? Well, the fact that I started actually snoring at sleep, and most importantly, the main reason why I'm doing this, because again, it was bad, but now it's even so worse, is because this year I want to pick up my racing career again. Racing has to do with a lot of endurance, with a lot of breathing, with improving your stamina. So while I have been preparing over the winter a lot with cardio exercises, I'm just out of breath. I cannot breathe through my nose. Then you can actually probably even hear, maybe you should compare the videos from 5 years ago and now, how my voice sounds, because my nose is just stuck up. Anyway, long story short, it's gotten so bad, and now it's like I've been postponing it, because like with everything, also like with my double jaw surgery, like I don't have time for it later, because I have calf rhinitis, I have this, I have that. And now I'm thinking, like, if we had this surgery last year, that we pulled through the season without a problem, what's a minor nose correction is going to do? Speaking of which, again, this is just like a medical thing, so I could properly breathe. It has nothing to do with, I don't know, I like how my nose looks like. It's not going to have any impact, or there's not going to be intention of having an impact to change the shape of my nose. One of the post complications that could happen is that it may become crooked, actually, even worse. But if I can breathe better because of that, well, so be it. So, long story short, medical condition, couldn't breathe, cannot breathe properly. I want to change my life. That's what I'm going to do. That is what has happened in the meanwhile, since we shot this video and has been published this video. And in the next couple of weeks, or even like later in the year, if we're gonna shoot some onboards that we're gonna publish over winter even, and you will see me with a messed up face, like, he had a nose surgery and his life has now changed for the better, etc. I will post an update also about the recovery. I expect it's going to be all fine. Maybe it was going to be even within this video. It's just that I want to avoid having people, the only icebreaker when they see me in a car park, how's your nose doing? Probably fine. Just ask me like, how's my dog doing? Also fine, that's more fine. Or tell me more about yourself. Who are you and what are you doing? And what brings you to the Nürburgring? It's just like more fun. All right. I think that's kind of it. How long is this video by now already?
8 minutes.
Perfect. YouTube algorithm. Good. We got it. So that's kind of it. And looking forward to seeing you on the track. And speaking of which, the doctors have said that I'm not allowed to drive for 1 day because of the, anesthetics. I still need to work out. Of course, there's always the risk that if we're gonna crash, I might smack my nose with the airbag or something. I might also trip and fall over. So we're gonna take it easy, of course, the first couple of days, but once they give me medical clearance, we're gonna proceed with driving. But for now, we still have plenty of content. I think that's kind of it. So thanks for watching, and that's what happened and what has happened, and hopefully it's gonna have a very good effect and result that we're hoping for. Ooh, Audi S2. Anyway, good morning, comrades. Wait, we had that part already. Welcome back to the second part of the video, because meanwhile I already had my nose surgery. Today is Saturday, that's why RCN is taking place, racing, lots of cars in the background. I had my surgery on Wednesday, and now it is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so third day after surgery, you can say. And today is the first day that I feel myself actually quite okay, to be able to talk, to be able to breathe to a certain extent, because the first 3 days were absolutely horrible. They were even worse than when I had my double jaw surgery, because back then at least I could breathe, I couldn't eat. But now, like the yesterday and day before, lots of pressure on my eyes, on my nose. You cannot breathe. There's constantly stuff coming out of your nose, but you're not allowed to blow your nose. When you sleep, you have to sleep with your mouth open. Big scent, which dries it out completely. Therefore, it was quite unpleasant. And today, actually, I woke up. Okay, nothing. My nose is not running anymore, and I can more or less breathe. So it is actually quite good. So let's do a quick flashback. What has happened in between? Obviously, I had my surgery. So on Wednesday, I went into the hospital. 12:30, I did my check-in. At 3 o'clock, I went to the operation room, and after 5 o'clock, I already woke up. So it was a very quick one. I called Maggie, and my best friend that happened to be in the neighborhood also stopped by. They brought me spare ribs and a lot more food. We had actually a great time together.
Thank you. This is best service food shot.
The following day, it was still okay, and most importantly, on the following day, they take out the tampons out of your nose that prevent the bleeding and all kinds of stuff, or excessive bleeding, I would say, because obviously your blood is still coming out of your nose. And according to everyone that I have spoken to that had this surgery done, they say that this is the worst feeling in the world, the worst thing that they have experienced. But I must say, for me, it was actually not that bad. Actually, when they took out the needle from my arm, from the, well, what's it called? Well, you know what it is, the stuff. Actually, tearing off the hairs of my arm hurt more than taking out the tampons. But the following 2 days, as mentioned, they were significantly worse. Now, a couple of things that I mentioned before the first part of the video. I was kind of concerned about the state of my face that we might have. Because friends of mine, as mentioned, had the surgery done and they had black eyes, swollen face. As of now, I had only swollen nose, no black eyes, so it's actually quite okay. When it comes to the change of shape of the nose, I don't know, it's kind of, well, obviously it's swollen, it's a bit changed, but not that significant. Most importantly, what's happening on the inside. Another thing, when I was already on the surgery table, the doctor, the surgeon, he said, "So, you're back, huh?" Because the last time I spoke with him was before my jaw surgery, and he said, let's have a look how that goes, because maybe due to the change of your jaw, your breathing will become better as well, but that didn't help. So like, no, it's actually gotten worse. And I showed him the same what I showed you in the first part of the video. I said, well, that's really bad. Maybe I'll have to do more than just septum correction. And eventually, the following morning, when he came in to tell me that surgery went well, everything is great, he said, yeah, indeed, he did not only straighten the septum, he also made the conche smaller, like the fancy Latin name. Insert picture of Wikipedia here to explain what it is. He's made them smaller slightly, not too much, because you can end up with empty nose syndrome. So hopefully I will have a new life in a couple of days' time. Now, as of now, I have some plastic tubes in there for many reasons, to keep the shape in, I guess, etc. And they will be taken out on Thursday, so in 5 days' time. So hopefully from that on, I will be a completely new person. Now, overall, as of now, I think it's already been worth it. I'm really looking forward to see how actually my nose can function normally once everything is behind us. The last 2 days were also, tough, but worth it. And I guess, fast forward to when we take out the tubes, and hopefully I'll be completely brand new. Whatever you say, T-Rock, as long as we get there. Good morning, comrades. Welcome. Wait, we also had that part already. But extremely excited part of this video, because hello Apex, bye Apex. We're now going to the hospital. Watch out, someone is sending it big time. Yeet. Yeah. Very exciting part, because today they finally are going to take out the plastic splints. What's up with the suicidal birds today? I'm not sure if you saw it on camera. They're gonna take out the plastic splints, and previous shot, which was shot on Saturday, today is Thursday by the way, it was like, what, 3 days after surgery, I was saying like, oh yeah, the first 2 days were difficult, but now everything seems to be going uphill, it's all good, and I'm excited, No, I think everyone at Apex can confirm I was the smallest bitch that there is over the last couple of days until yesterday night. The nose was so clogged, I could not walk, I could not move, I could not breathe, I could not sleep, because you wake up with what's it called, dry mouth from breathing through your mouth. it was horrible. It was significantly more horrible than my double jaw surgery even. And of course I could edit this video by saying either, okay, everything is fine, or everything is horrible. But I think it's good to show you the both sides of the story. Yeah, and in addition, of course, also this ability to move, and me being like such a fitness junkie, not being able to like work out, let alone move, that really depresses you, puts down lots of your mood down. So yeah, today they're gonna take out the splints. Hopefully it's gonna give me lots of proper life back and the breathing ability significantly more. So anyway, fast forward to Holland. Why Holland? I'm not sure if I said it in the beginning of the video, because this is the process that I started already, well, with the Dutch healthcare system, doctors, etc. back in 2016, and didn't finish. So I didn't want to go through the whole thing in Germany again, going to the doctor, getting nose spray, getting this, getting that, all the checkups. Now I could just go there like, hey, can we finish what we started? Yeah, okay, let's do it. So that's kind of it.
Is it Holland? I thought it was Poland.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sure, bro. Yeah, shout out to Adrian and his amazing new T-Roc for bringing me to Holland. Holland, not Poland, please. Because, yeah, I could not drive. Like, with all the elevation changes and all the mucus not being able, or your head not being able to regulate. Sorry, there's already something leaking out of it. Yeah, so as you can see, we have lots of elevation changes. And you know this effect, especially on the Nürburgring. That's why the track is here, because of all the hills. Your ears might be clogged or like pop or whatever, but if your nose is completely stuffed and it cannot go anywhere, you get so much pressure on your eyes and everything. And a few days ago when I was driving to Adenau, which is usually a 10-minute drive with Maggie for lunch, halfway the drive I had to stop and say, sorry, you take the wheel, I cannot drive, like, because these elevation changes are killing me. So I'm like, Adrian, can you please drive me to the hospital, because I'm not gonna make it. So yeah, and hopefully after this everything's gonna be fine, because tomorrow we have like Formula training with all kinds of YouTubers, etc. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, but I already told Nürburgring there's a slight chance that I might not make it. I'll be there but not drive, because simply I cannot, but hopefully I will be able to. How excited were you to end up at the Polish massive supermarket?
Too excited.
Too excited.
I got bag full of stuff, and I feel like immediately like at home, because I spot so many stuff that I know from my childhood and like normal everyday in Poland. So it was cool.
Amazing. Yeah. That's becoming a vlog. Now we need to keep it on topic of the nose surgery. Just been already to the hospital. They took out the tubes, which are essentially not really tubes. It's more like oval shaped, this size. Piece of plastic sheet, I would say, but obviously when it's rolled up in your nose, it's becoming a tube. Took them out, very easy, no pain, no bad feeling, a bit of blood because they are stitched into the nose, but the doctor said that the healing is very good, and I mean, right now it needs to declog itself a bit, of course, as well, but overall, so much pressure off my head and off my chest as well. So I guess I'll do another update maybe like tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, how it's feeling after a few days, but I might even go to the gym today, definitely. Woo. Have you ever seen a Formula car going in reverse? Me neither. But quick fast forward and towards the end of the video, because I actually just did a Formula training. Today, right now, it is the day after yesterday when they took out the splints. And after that, immediately I went to the gym, had hit my back, which is like a very large, well, not specifically mine, but usually large muscle group, and could do like the whole workout. This morning did chest, and now I had the whole, well, not whole day, like 2 hours of Formula training, which required lots of well, physique preparation and also breathing. So I would say I'm fully back in action, pretty much. Nothing is holding me back. Of course, like left nostril is still a bit clogged, but overall, within a week, like week and a half recovery time, obviously you still need to flush and everything, but quite windy. Let's get somewhere else. I think this is quiet enough. Fast forward, we're doing a track walk. Yeah, the track walk and the Formula stuff is something you will see in tomorrow's video or the day after tomorrow, depends when we will edit it. No, most importantly, what I want to say is that the recovery process is completely pretty much done. Of course, I need to wait till my nostrils can actually breathe properly. This one is still a bit clogged, but like full wide winkle nose. Wide winkle is like German and English at the same time. Wide angle. Like, remember at the intro shot before the surgery, my nostrils were going completely crazy if I would be breathing. This is not happening anymore. So overall, absolutely worth it. Extremely happy. Although, like I said, the first week after the surgery was a massive suffering. But I'm looking forward till I can fully exploit the full potential of my new modified intake, because that is definitely something why I did it in the first place. But I can recommend it to everyone for sure. But stay tuned for further updates for future videos. Well, of course, in the month's time, or how long it's going to take to fully gain my breathing capabilities, abilities, I will make an update video, and feel free to ask your questions. But overall, most importantly, everything is doing good, everything is fine, I'm doing great. So looking forward to be creating again videos with you, sharing with you what I'm doing actually right now already, because this is the other video that I'm making. That's kind of it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Most importantly, as I said in the intro, hopefully it will encourage people who need to get this type of surgery done to actually put it through the step, because at least in European countries it is being fully covered by the insurance, so you don't need to pay for it. And otherwise, the surgeries on your nose are still not that expensive, because I think they're probably like maybe 5,000-ish euros, which is a lot of money. But in comparison to a double jaw surgery, what I did last year, I think they usually the price like 30 grand. So, and you get, again, big change in the life quality. Okay, I think we need to get on the bus. So that you will see in tomorrow's video again, as I said, or the day after tomorrow. Yeah, see you then. Bye. By the way, just one more thing to people who are actually considering doing the surgery or will be doing the surgery: buy this thing. If you're having dirty mind, it might remind you of something else, but it's called rhino horn. And let me actually show you what it does. By showing you the package, basically you can flush your nose with it, because after the surgery you will be asked to flush your nose with salt water 4 times a day, and they will give you either just a syringe, or maybe you can buy some nose shower. But this thing for just 12 euros is an absolute lifesaver. It makes it a lot easier, very convenient. Yeah, so just get one of these things.